Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Wasn't exactly planning this as the way to provide our lesson this morning for the youth. We normally have a drive-in service, but due to the inclement weather that we are seeing here today, we have decided to do it in another fashion, another sort of way that is best and safe for everyone. So good morning. I hope all y'all are doing well today. I hope that all y'all stay safe as well today. Jesus was God, but Jesus was also human like us. Do humans ever get mad? Of course they do. We know from what we read in the Bible that Jesus got mad, sad, frustrated, upset, even super angry sometimes. What kind of things would you guess might make Jesus upset? Before we read our lesson today, I want to tell you a big word for something you probably already know about. So, do any of you fish? Have any of you ever heard my story about catching a fish? About how I struggled to pull it in? About how giant fish looked me right in the eye and smiled at me, showing me its giant fish teeth? And then how I decided to throw that fish back in the water or where it belongs? How big would you guess that fish was? That fish was this big. All right. So that is a hyperbole. And that is a great way to get people's attention. Where you where you make something seem bigger than what it is, but then you show them it isn't, and it gets their attention. That's an hyperbole. So our lesson today comes out of Matthew 5:21 through 30. You have heard that it was said to those of ancient times, "You shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment." But I say to you that if you are angry with a brother or sister, you will be liable to judgment. And if you insult a brother or sister, you will be liable to the council. And if you say, "You fool," you will be liable to the hell of fire. So when you are offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First, be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift. Come to terms quickly with your accuser while you are on the way to court with him, or your accused may hand you over to the judge, and the judge to the guard, and you will be thrown into prison. Truly I tell you, you will never get out until you have paid the last penny. You have heard that it was said, "You shall not commit adultery." But I say to you that everyone that looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one of your members than for your whole body to go into hell. Where was Jesus using a hyperbole in this story? Well, he was using a hyperbole in this story when he was talking about cutting off a hand or plucking out an eye. Do you think Jesus really wants people to do that? Do you think Jesus really wants you to cut off your hand or pluck out your eye? No, of course not. But did he get your attention by saying that? Of course he did. And that is the use of a hyperbole. Jesus said a lot in these verses, but they all point to one thing: taking care of how we treat others and God. How we treat people is an important part of our faith. It's easy to get mad at someone and decide we don't like that person anymore. Or we might be jealous, which can feel a lot like not liking a person. We might struggle to forgive or to be forgiven. But you are a child of God, and Jesus cares about how you are treated and how you treat others. Again, we might struggle to forgive or to be forgiven, but you are a child of God, and Jesus cares about how you are treated and how you treat others. Today, we learn that Jesus isn't worried about us just following the rules. He wants us to treat each other with care and love. Sometimes rules help us to do that. But if we worry only about rules, sometimes we might miss out on loving people. So now we will have our closing prayer. Jesus, you told us it's not just about keeping the rules. It's about keeping the love. Help us to show kindness, to make up with people we have hurt, to give people who have hurt us, to not use people, to not use God's name wrongly, and to use our faith forever. And all God's children said, Amen. As I mentioned, I hope all y'all have a great Sunday, a great week, and I hope that all y'all stay safe today.